If you're over 60, there are 9 fruits in your kitchen right now that might be slowly damaging your heart. Yes, fruits. The same ones you've always believed were healthy. For decades, you've been told, eat more fruit. It's good for your heart. But what if that advice, at your age, is not just outdated, but dangerous? In the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal 9 so-called heart-healthy fruits that could be silently raising your blood pressure, interfering with your medications, and even increasing your risk of stroke or heart failure. This isn't a scare tactic. It's medical reality. And what you don't know could cost you everything. Mourn grapefruit, the silent medication disruptor. It looks innocent, tangy, refreshing, packed with vitamin C. For decades, grapefruit has been a breakfast favorite for seniors trying to stay heart healthy. But here's the shocking truth. If you're over 60 and taking heart medications, this fruit could quietly be putting your life at risk. Grapefruit interacts with a specific enzyme in your liver called CYP3A4, the same enzyme responsible for breaking down many common heart medications like statins, calcium channel blockers, and antiarrhythmics. When this enzyme is blocked by compounds in grapefruit, your body can't metabolize the drugs properly. That means instead of being safely eliminated, the medication builds up in your bloodstream, reaching toxic levels. You won't feel it at first, but over time, this silent interaction can cause your blood pressure to drop too low, your heartbeat to become irregular, or your muscles to weaken from statin overload. It's not the medication that changed. It's the fruit you're combining it with. One of my patients, Mr. Gerald, 74, had been religiously drinking grapefruit juice every morning since his bypass surgery. He thought he was doing everything right. But then came the dizziness, the fatigue, the muscle cramps. Lab tests showed his statin levels were double the safe range. We cut out the grapefruit, adjusted his meds, and within weeks, his symptoms vanished. The truth is, grapefruit doesn't come with a warning label. But maybe it should, especially for older adults on prescription drugs. If you're taking medication for your heart, cholesterol, or blood pressure, talk to your doctor or pharmacist before eating grapefruit. Because when it comes to your heart, even a healthy habit can quietly turn toxic. Bananas have long been considered a safe fruit, soft, gentle on digestion, and packed with potassium. For many seniors, it's the go-to breakfast side, the heart-friendly snack. But here's where it gets dangerous. After 60, your body no longer handles potassium the way it used to. And that yellow fruit may be quietly destabilizing your heart from the inside. As we age, our kidneys slow down. They don't clear out minerals like potassium as efficiently. On top of that, many common medications for seniors, such as ACE inhibitors, ARBs, or potassium-sparing diuretics, already raise potassium levels. Add bananas on top of that, and you may be setting your heart up for serious trouble. Too much potassium doesn't make you feel sick right away. But inside, it can disrupt the electrical signals that keep your heart beating properly. The result? Dizziness, weakness, or even a sudden trip to the ER with an irregular heartbeat, and you may never suspect the fruit caused it. Mrs. Connie Harper, 76, learned this the hard way. She fainted in the grocery store after feeling her heart flutter. Her labs revealed high potassium levels, not from supplements or junk food, but from her healthy habit of eating 3 bananas every morning. Combined with her blood pressure meds, it was too much for her aging kidneys to handle. The truth? One medium banana contains about 450 milligrams of potassium. That's fine for a younger person, but for someone over 60, especially on medication, that daily dose can silently accumulate. What once protected your heart could now be in danger. So don't fall for the idea that more is better. After 60, even good habits can become dangerous when your body can no longer adapt. Talk to your doctor about how much potassium is safe for your heart, because even one banana too many could tip the balance. Mango, the sweet assassin. It's golden, juicy, tropical, and feels like nature's candy. Mangoes are often seen as a clean, natural alternative to processed sweets. But if you're over 60, this sweet fruit may be doing silent damage where it hurts most, your heart. Here's the shocking truth. Mangoes are loaded with natural sugars that cause a rapid spike in blood glucose levels. As we age, our bodies become more insulin resistant, meaning that sugar doesn't enter the cells as efficiently. Instead, it stays in the bloodstream, triggering inflammation, stiffening arteries, and quietly laying the groundwork for heart disease. Worse yet, many seniors try to be healthy by swapping out cookies or ice cream for dried mango, but dried fruit is even more dangerous. With no water or fiber to slow absorption, the sugar from dried mango hits your bloodstream like a freight train. In some cases, it contains more sugar than soda, and without you realizing it, your blood pressure can spike, your arteries can inflame, and your heart begins to struggle. One patient, Mr. Maya, thought he was making a smart switch. He had cut out sweets and sodas and began snacking on dried mango to satisfy his cravings. But after just a few months, his labs told a different story. Elevated blood sugar, high triglycerides, and signs of vascular inflammation. His healthy habit was fueling the very disease he was trying to avoid. Here's what makes mango especially dangerous. It's deceptive. It looks wholesome, tropical, and natural, yet for aging bodies, it can act like concentrated sugar. And your heart, already vulnerable, doesn't respond the way it used to. If you're craving something sweet, go for a small slice of apple or pear, fruits with fiber and slower sugar absorption, and avoid dried mango completely. Because after 60, how your body handles sugar is very different. And that tropical treat you love? It might just be a silent threat hiding behind a sweet smile. Watermelon, the red of summer. Juicy, bright, and nostalgic, watermelon brings back memories of picnics, barbecues, and carefree days. But for seniors, this beloved fruit may be flooding more than just your memories. It could be quietly overwhelming your heart. Watermelon is over 90% water and packed with natural sugars. That might sound harmless, even hydrating. But here's what most people don't know. For aging bodies, especially those with slower kidney function or weaker cardiovascular systems, eating large portions of watermelon can trigger fluid overload, spikes in blood sugar, and sudden drops in energy. Many seniors eat 2 or 3 cups of watermelon in one sitting, believing they're doing something healthy. But without enough fiber to slow absorption, the sugar rush hits fast and the water volume floods the body. That combination can strain the heart, especially if you're already on medications that affect blood pressure or fluid balance. Take Mrs. Laia Cartwright, 81. A retired librarian full of life, she came to my clinic complaining of swelling, breathlessness, and a heart that felt too heavy. She wasn't eating processed foods or salty snacks. But when I asked about her recent habits, she proudly said, "I've been snacking on watermelon all week. It's natural." Her symptoms told a different story. What she didn't realize was that watermelon in large amounts had become too much for her heart to handle. The excess fluids were backing up in her system, causing ankle swelling and breathlessness, early signs of heart failure. We reduced her watermelon intake to just 1 small cup per day, paired it with better hydration and potassium management, and within weeks, her symptoms eased. The message is clear. Even the most innocent fruit can become dangerous when your body changes. After 60, your heart can't process volume the way it used to. So instead of relying on old habits, you need to match your nutrition to your current health status. Watermelon might look like a slice of joy, but for seniors, too much of it could quietly flood your heart with more than it can take. Mom, dried fruits, nature's candy with a hidden cost. They seem harmless. Raisins, prunes, dates, neatly packaged, easy to chew, and labeled no added sugar or 100% natural. For seniors looking to avoid candy and cookies, dried fruits feel like the perfect, wholesome alternative. But here's the truth no one tells you. These little snacks can quietly wreck your heart health. Dried fruits are concentrated sugar bombs. When fruit is dried, the water, and much of the volume, disappears. What's left is a small handful packed with natural sugars, often more than a candy bar. Worse, the fiber that slows down sugar absorption is reduced or altered in the drying process, meaning the sugar hits your bloodstream fast. And fast sugar means inflammation, insulin spikes, and rising triglycerides, all of which burden your aging heart. That's not all. Many dried fruits are preserved with sulfites, chemicals that can trigger gut irritation or raise blood pressure in sensitive individuals. Even unsweetened versions carry intense sugar density that, when eaten daily, can undo months of progress on cholesterol or blood pressure goals. One of my patients, a 68-year-old truck driver named Ron, had ditched junk food and proudly told me, "No candy, no cake, just fruit." But after 2 strokes in less than a year, his blood work revealed dangerously high blood sugar and triglycerides. The culprit? A small tin of dried raisins and dates he kept in his truck, snacking all day, thinking he was being good. Here's what makes dried fruit so deceptive. It feels small. A few pieces here and there don't seem like much, but for seniors, portion size is everything. Your metabolism is slower. Your arteries are more fragile. Your medications may interact with sugar and sodium in ways that make even small snacks dangerous. If you enjoy fruit, stick to small servings of fresh, whole fruit, where the water and fiber help your body process sugar naturally. And remember, just because it's fruit doesn't mean it's safe in any form. Nature's candy may not come with a wrapper, but for your heart, it could carry a hidden cost far greater than you think. Bottled fruit juice, liquid sugar in disguise. It looks healthy. A glass of orange juice in the morning, a splash of grape or cranberry juice in the afternoon. The label says 100% juice, and you've convinced yourself it's a smart choice. Better than soda, better than coffee, better for your heart. But here's the shocking reality. Bottled fruit juice could be one of the worst things you drink after age 60. Unlike whole fruit, juice is stripped of its fiber, the very part that slows down sugar absorption. What's left is a concentrated blast of fructose that hits your bloodstream in minutes. For an aging body with slower metabolism and declining insulin sensitivity, that sugar rush doesn't just spike your blood sugar, it spikes your blood pressure, feeds inflammation, and wears down your heart. Mrs. Evans, a 72-year-old patient of mine, thought she was making a heart-smart switch. She replaced soda and sweets with juice. Cranberry in the morning, orange at lunch, no more coffee or processed sugar. But what she didn't realize was that every glass delivered 5 to 6 teaspoons of pure sugar. No chewing, no fiber, just liquid sugar absorbed instantly. Her blood pressure soared. Her blood sugar climbed, all while she thought she was doing everything right. And it's not just the sugar. Many bottled juices are pasteurized and processed in ways that reduce their antioxidant content. What remains is a sugary beverage with very little of the protective benefit you'd get from eating whole fruit. The label may say natural, but your heart processes it just like soda. After 60, every choice matters more. Your arteries are stiffer, your heart more sensitive, your liver slower to adapt. That means what you drink has just as much impact as what you eat, and bottled juice can silently erode the stability you've worked hard to protect. The fix? Choose whole fruit in small portions. Drink water or unsweetened herbal tea. And if you do drink juice, limit it to no more than 4 ounces, and only with food. Because when it comes to protecting your heart, the most dangerous drink in your fridge might be the one that says healthy right on the label. It's hailed as a superfruit, rich in antioxidants, anti-inflammatory, heart-healthy. Pomegranate juice is praised in articles, TV shows, and health blogs. For seniors, it seems like a smart choice. But if you're on blood thinners, this beautiful red fruit may be turning your medicine into a hidden danger. The shocking truth? Pomegranate contains natural compounds that interfere with how your liver processes certain medications, especially blood thinners like warfarin, Eliquis, or even low-dose aspirin. By slowing down how these drugs are broken down, pomegranate can amplify their effects, and in doing so, quietly increase your risk of internal bleeding. This interaction isn't obvious. You won't feel pain. You won't see a warning. But small changes in your medication levels can mean the difference between stability and a medical emergency. One of my patients, Carl, 70, had recently added pomegranate juice to his morning routine after reading that it improved circulation. He was also on blood thinners following a mild stroke. A few weeks later, his blood tests showed dangerously thin blood, far beyond his safe range, putting him at risk for spontaneous bleeding. He hadn't changed his medication, just the juice. That one healthy habit nearly pushed him into a hospital bed. The danger here isn't just pomegranate itself, it's the combination. When natural compounds interact with prescription drugs, especially in older adults with slower liver function, even small amounts can cause outsized effects. The more consistent the intake, like daily juice, the more unpredictable the risk becomes. If you're on any form of blood thinner, always check with your doctor before adding pomegranate juice or extract to your diet. That antioxidant boost may come with more risk than reward. It's not about fear. It's about respecting the chemistry of your aging body. Because even the most powerful superfood can become a silent enemy when mixed with the wrong medication. Canned fruits, sweet, soft, and secretly harmful. They're soft, convenient, and easy to chew. For many seniors, canned fruits seem like the perfect solution, especially when fresh produce is hard to find or difficult to prepare. But behind the syrupy sweetness and tidy packaging lies a dangerous truth. Canned fruits may be slowly sabotaging your heart. Here's why. Most canned fruits are packed in sugary syrup. Even those labeled light or no added sugar can still contain concentrated fruit juice or preservatives. The problem? These liquids are rapidly absorbed into your bloodstream, causing sudden spikes in blood sugar, insulin, and inflammation, a triple threat to aging arteries. That's not all. Many canned fruits contain added sodium and chemical preservatives to extend shelf life. For sensitive individuals over 60, especially those with high blood pressure, heart failure, or kidney issues, even small amounts of hidden sodium can cause fluid retention, increased blood pressure, and swelling. What looks like a simple cup of peaches might be quietly tipping your cardiovascular system out of balance. I remember one patient, a 75-year-old woman named Ruth. She thought she was eating healthy. No cake, no candy, just canned pears with lunch and peaches at night. But over time, she developed bloating, fatigue, and shortness of breath. Her labs showed elevated blood pressure and borderline heart failure signs. When we traced it back, the culprit wasn't salt from snacks, it was her good fruit from the can. After switching her to no sugar-added canned fruit, draining and rinsing each serving, and gradually moving to frozen or fresh options, her symptoms improved dramatically. But the fear in her voice when she said, "I thought I was being good," stuck with me. That's the danger of canned fruit. Not the fruit itself, but the form. It lacks the natural fiber of fresh produce, and often brings along sugar, sodium, and additives your aging heart simply can't process well anymore. So if you rely on canned fruit, read every label. Drain the liquid. Rinse the pieces. And better yet, go for frozen or fresh alternatives whenever possible. Because when it comes to your heart, what seems easy and soft on the outside can be silently harmful on the inside. Heart-healthy fruits that can overload your system. They're praised in every health magazine and doctor's brochure. Bananas, oranges, avocados, even leafy greens like spinach and kale. These foods are packed with potassium, vitamin K, fiber, and antioxidants. Everything a heart should love, right? But if you're over 60 and on certain medications, too much of these superfoods can quietly become too much for your aging system to handle. Here's the truth. After 60, your kidneys become less efficient at flushing out excess potassium. That's a problem when you're eating potassium-rich foods like bananas and avocados, and taking medications like ACE inhibitors, ARBs, or potassium-sparing diuretics. The result? Potassium builds up silently in your blood, a condition called hyperkalemia, which can cause muscle weakness, irregular heartbeat, or even cardiac arrest in severe cases. But it doesn't stop there. If you're taking blood thinners like warfarin, eating large or inconsistent amounts of vitamin K-rich foods like spinach, kale, or beet greens can interfere with your medication's effectiveness. Your blood may become too thick or too thin, shifting suddenly and without warning. The scariest part? You might not feel anything until it's too late. Fatigue, bloating, or mild palpitations can be dismissed as just aging, but they might be signs that your heart is struggling with nutrient overload. One of my patients, Margaret, 69, had switched to smoothies packed with kale, bananas, and avocado after her doctor suggested a heart-healthy diet. But she didn't adjust her medications or monitor her blood work. Within weeks, her potassium spiked, and her INR levels, a measure of blood clotting, became dangerously unstable. The truth is, even good foods can become dangerous when your metabolism slows and your medications interact differently. This isn't about avoiding healthy foods. It's about portion, consistency, and awareness. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist about how much potassium and vitamin K is safe for your situation. And remember, After 60, it's not just what you eat, it's how your body can handle it now. As we age, every bite matters more than it used to. Your heart has carried you through decades, through stress, joy, love, and loss. Now it needs your attention more than ever. The truth is, even the healthiest foods can become harmful if they're not matched to the reality of your aging body. Medication interactions, slower kidney function, and changing metabolism all make nutrition more complex after 60. But it's not about fear. It's about awareness. By understanding how certain fruits, even ones with good reputations, can affect your heart, you're taking real control of your health. So ask yourself, what does your heart still need from you today so it can keep showing up for you tomorrow? If you found this information helpful, please subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell. Every week, we bring you practical, senior-focused health advice from real doctors, so you can live with more energy, confidence, and peace of mind. Let's protect your heart and your independence together.